Shanti, I was just wondering if there's like a certain kind of like prayer or message that you can maybe like in meditation or something to like send to somebody, or you know that would help them in some way, like
Yes.
in some way.
Okay, so generally what happens, somebody we love, they suffer, and we are conditioned to suffer along with them, you know. And if we don't suffer, they say, you don't care. You know, they're crying, aches, pain, and then you encourage them. Of pain, it will be better. What can we do? We provide joy and happiness. This is temporary. Suffering is temporary. Give them feeling of peace, that you are consciousness. Let your presence transmit that, so they feel greater peace. Generally, we are programmed to be nice to them, and we do all this thing, and it doesn't help. Other thing is, we feel like we are responsible. You know, we are responsible. Like I should be able to do something. We are only instrumental. See, this is the fundamental thing. I'm not a karta, I'm not a bhokta. Real philosophy. I'm not the doer, I'm not the owner, I'm only custodian, and I'm not the enjoyer. Because of ego, we feel my position as a family member is to help them. We cannot do anything. We only provide the service, only as an instrument. Whatever is happening is going to happen anyway. So when we provide service, we feel a responsibility. But imagine, God who created entire universe, takes care of baby in mother's womb, takes care of wild animals in the jungles. Who am I? I am only an instrument. If we have control, then doctor should have all his family members live forever. He should live forever. Doctor is only instrumental. Mother is instrumental. We are all instrumental. But because of ego, we feel the pressure. So we have to let go of the pressure. I'm instrumental. Pray for them. And what we are doing by praying for others, we are releasing ourselves from tension. So by praying for others, we provide them strength. Strength to deal with disability, strength to cope with it, and keep a smiling face. There are so many people who have everything and they're miserable, and people go there and just give them story to get upset. Oh, you got cancer? You know, I knew a friend who died in 3 months. Instead of that, just all negative atmosphere. Cheer them up, because we cannot do anything. It feels like doing. And on surrender, I just use common sense. Surrender to God. I wrote in the books, but the thing is, when you travel in a plane, you don't know the pilot, you trust the pilot. You get mechanic to fix your car, you don't know, but you trust them. You go to surgery, you are unconscious, doctors perform surgery, we trust them. And we don't trust God, who takes care of us all the time. Because of our conditioning, we feel responsible. We are only instrumental. People come in our life because of law of karma. We don't own them. So creating the feeling that I don't own anyone. Creating the feeling of universality, loving everyone. So if somebody is attached to only one thing, great masters, they suffered a lot, like some of the examples. People say, you have all the spiritual powers. Why don't you cure yourself? I say, I see all the humanity suffering. How can I think about myself, curing myself? I am consciousness. And they stayed aloof from their suffering. They remain as consciousness, not identifying with their body or their suffering. So this is the approach we take. So as we evolve, we let go of doership. We do it and release, because we are only instrumental. Doctor is instrumental, mother is instrumental, we are instrumental. But we are programmed and we feel guilty if we don't provide. And we try to do. So everything we try is artificial. So we don't need to do anything. Don't try to too hard. The best students I have is they're not practicing hard discipline. They're comfortable with themselves. And they keep in touch with me. Others who studied for 15, 20 years so seriously, I call them and say, offer them, they don't even keep in touch with me. So they're the one who get into their game and then they forget it. I say, no matter how much you learned, it doesn't hurt to keep in touch. Satsang is always necessary. I'm looking for satsang myself. So people, they get stuck. And they say, I already learned enough. There is never the end. You always keep on exploring. This is what happens. But I see that normally. Okay. So be comfortable with yourself is the greatest lesson. There is nothing to attain. There is nowhere to go, nothing to do. We are perfect here and now. That is the main message.